What even is a budget? Let's break it down. All right, let's get right into it. The word budget gets a bad rap. People hear budget and they think restriction. They think saying no to everything fun. They think living on instant noodles. They think drinking tap water, but that's completely wrong. A budget isn't a financial prison. It's a roadmap. It gives you permission to spend your money. It's a plan that shows where your hard-earned cash goes, so you can make sure it goes toward what actually matters to you. It's about being intentional. Instead of your money controlling you, you control your money. Now, some of you might be thinking, Graham, I make good money. I pay my bills on time. I don't really need a budget. And I hear that a lot. But here's the hard truth. If you don't know where your money is going, you are losing money. Period. It's called lifestyle inflation. The more you make, the more you tend to spend, often without even realizing it. A budget is the defense against that. It stops the financial leaks that drain your wealth-building potential. No matter your income level, it's about being efficient with your capital. The most powerful reason to budget: control. Financial stress is a huge source of anxiety. It comes from the unknown, not knowing if you have enough for an emergency, not knowing if you're saving enough for retirement. A budget eliminates the unknown. It lays all your cards on the table. Budgeting is the fastest way to reach big financial goals. With a budget, you've likely built an emergency category. What would have been a catastrophe becomes a manageable inconvenience. Okay, let's get practical. The very first step in creating your budget is the easiest one. You need to know exactly how much money you have coming in each month. This is your total monthly income. Don't just look at your gross pay. You need to know your net pay, the amount that actually hits your bank account after taxes and deductions. Write that number down at the top of a piece of paper or in a spreadsheet. This is the real number you have to work with. Now, what if your income isn't the same every month? Freelancers, gig workers, commissioned salespeople. Your income can be unpredictable. Look back at your income from the last 6 to 12 months and average it, or use your lowest month as a conservative baseline. Don't forget all your sources of income: side hustles, cashback, freelance gigs. Every single dollar counts. Add these extra streams to your main paycheck to get your true total monthly income. This number is the foundation of your financial house. Make sure it's accurate. Use post-tax, take-home pay. Get this step right, and you're already well on your way to taking complete control of your finances. Write it down, circle it, stare at it. Give every single dollar a specific purpose. Don't let a cent go unaccounted for. This next step is the most eye-opening and for many the most painful part of the process. But it's absolutely critical. You need to figure out where your money is actually going. For the next 30 days, track every single expense. I mean everything. $2 coffee, $1.50 vending snack, $15 for lunch, $50 for gas. Every penny. Old school, carry a small notebook and write it down immediately. Or use the Notes app on your phone. Or download your bank and credit card statements for the last 30 to 60 days. Detailed records are a goldmine. As you collect data, start grouping expenses into categories. Don't overcomplicate. Start broad. Housing, utilities, transportation, groceries, debt payments, discretionary. The more detailed you are, the clearer the picture will be. At the end of the month, sit down and add it all up. This is the moment of truth. You will likely be shocked. Maybe $300 a month on coffee and lunch, or subscriptions over $100. This isn't meant to make you feel bad. It's about awareness. Now you have the raw data, the hard evidence of your spending habits. With this, you can build a budget that actually works. Now we get to the fun part. This is where we take your income and expense data and build your actual plan. I'm a huge fan of the zero-based budget. Income minus expenses equals zero. Every dollar gets a job for the month. No money left sitting around tempting you. You assign every dollar to categories: rent, groceries, savings, investments, debt repayment. Start by listing your income at the top. Say it's $4,000 for the month. Now subtract expenses, starting with the most important. These are your four walls: housing, utilities, transportation, food. Be realistic with these numbers using the data you tracked. After needs, move on to your financial goals. Pay yourself first. Transfer to savings and investments. Maybe $400 to emergency fund, $200 extra to highest interest loan. Build wealth and security. Finally, allocate leftover money to wants. Restaurants, entertainment, shopping, hobbies. By the time you're done, the number at the bottom should be zero, every dollar assigned. Your income has been fully assigned. You now have a clear, actionable plan. You now have a clear, actionable plan for your money. Creating a budget is one thing. Sticking to it is another. Many people make a perfect plan, and then it falls apart within weeks. One big mistake, being too restrictive, too fast. You slash spending from $400 to $50. Recipe for failure. You'll feel deprived and give up. Instead, make small, incremental changes. Cut $400 to $300 this month, then $250 next. Also add a miscellaneous or buffer category. Life is unpredictable. You'll get surprise costs, tickets, gifts, sudden plans. A buffer prevents derailment. I recommend a small buffer, maybe $50 or $100 for miscellaneous spending. Your budget is not set and forget. Review weekly and sit down at the end of every month to adjust. Reflect on overspent categories, underspent ones, pay raises, higher bills, and update accordingly. Don't do it all in your head. Write it down. App, spreadsheet, or notebook. Seeing numbers makes them real. Writing forces accountability and turns a vague idea into a concrete plan. Don't trust memory or willpower alone. Give yourself the tool of a written budget. Set reminders, automate transfers, and check in weekly. Small systems beat big bursts of willpower. So you've created your budget. You know how to avoid pitfalls. Now, how do you make it a habit? Automate as much as you can. Automation is your best friend in personal finance. Set up automatic transfers on payday to savings, investment, and debt payments. When money moves before you can spend it, you're paying your future self first. Find a tracking method you genuinely don't mind using. If you hate spreadsheets, don't use them. Use apps that sync and auto-categorize if manual tracking is tedious. Mint. YNAB. You need a budget. Connect your budget to your why. Write goals down and put them where you see them every day. When tempted to overspend, looking at that goal will remind you what you're working for. Be kind to yourself. You will mess up. There will be a month you blow your budget. It happens. Don't let one mistake derail you. Acknowledge, learn, get back on track. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Every month is a fresh start. Turn this 7-minute hack into a habit that will pay dividends for the rest of your life. Now go and smash that budget. Quick recap. Know your net income. Track everything. Give every dollar a job. Automate where possible. Start simple. Be realistic. Build buffers and review monthly. This is how you build wealth, get out of debt, and protect yourself from surprises. It turns budgeting from restriction into building the life you want. You don't need fancy software. You need the decision to start. You only need a few minutes to set this up. Do it today. Set up one simple zero-based budget for this month. Celebrate small wins. Key steps: 1. Record your take-home pay. 2. Track 30 days. 3. Assign every dollar. 4. Automate and review. If this helped, subscribe for more personal finance breakdowns. Leave a comment with your biggest budgeting challenge. Good luck. See you next video.